I'm sitting here with my lovely, lovely guest. Yes, a friend of mine and YouTube sensation, the wonderful Niykee Heaton.
Sosa, oh, where'd you know it? Like, hey, what's up? Hello. Seen your pretty eyes soon as you stepped in and told. I'ma take you there. Let me sing you a lullaby. Everything I still believe in true love. I've been in bad intentions. Oh,
take off. I got some bad intentions. Like that little game that we play. I know that we gon' get back.
I've been learning my lesson. Whoa.
I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. So you guys know, like I posted a while ago. I did like a Q&A, right? And people were asking like, what's going on with you? Like why did you leave the industry? Why did you fall off? Is the music industry as evil as people say it is? And I was like, it's more evil than you could possibly imagine. And I went into that depth like a little bit. And
Natural born killers.
Welcome to my channel. My name is Niykee, and let's deep dive into career of Niykee Heaton. If you don't remember who she is, or don't even know who she is, don't worry. We're gonna get into it right now. Before we get into this video, I would love it if you guys press the subscribe button and the like button. It will really make my day. Get up and get into grab your popcorn, grab whatever snacks. I've been searching on her for like almost 2 years. I'm finally done with my video essays information, and I'm ready to share it with you guys. And if there's anyone that you want me to do in the future, let me know down below, and I'll totally be open to do it, because this is like my 4th or 5th one so far, my 2nd one on this channel, and like my 5th one in general. The other ones are on my other channel that I don't really care about anymore. I did one on Stephen Friend's You Let Me Imagine, Owl City. Go check them out. Let me shut up and get into it, because I know you don't like me talking. Niykee Heaton was born Nicolette Elta Heaton on December 4th, 1994 in Geneva, Illinois. Just a small suburban town just outside of Chicago. She's an American singer, songwriter, model, and influencer. She was discovered through her YouTube channel, acoustic guitar covers of popular songs, especially hip-hop songs. But the one that really went viral and caught people's eyes was Love Sosa by Chief Keef. Her career. How did it all start? In 2011, while still enrolled in high school, Heaton began uploading clips recorded in her bedroom on YouTube, including covers of contemporary hit songs, along with occasionally originals on her acoustic guitar. But the day that would totally change her life was in December 2012, when the day before her 18th birthday, when her cover of Chief Keef's Love Sosa was featured on the website WorldStar, and Heaton began meeting with record labels. She graduated from high school 6 months earlier and self-financed the recording of a host of her own songs, obtaining to take a step back and build a catalog that we were proud of, she said. With her manager, Lauren, she eventually signed with All Def Digital in 2014, a YouTube-based label in partnership with Capitol Records. On June 27th, 2013, she hopped on the remix to We Own It by Mike Posner.
I'ma go for it. This moment, we own it.
In January 2014, Niykee released her debut single, Bad Intentions. The single charted on Billboard and became gold certified by RAA. The Bad Intentions EP later was released months later on September 23rd, 2014, which charted top 10 on iTunes on the day of the release, which was very impressive. After the success of the debut single, Bad Intentions, she was reached out and was invited by Kanye West for a studio session. On April 28th, 2015, she posted an open letter online expressing frustration with her label and explaining the delay for her music. On June 13th, 2015, she launched a website called NBK Natural Born Killers, stating NBK is the movement. On the site was new music, where new music was independently released for free. She embarked on her first headlining concert tour, the Bedroom Tour, in late 2015, and released it similar on March 18th, 2016. She linked up with Migos and released the remastered remix version to Bad Intentions.
The basis of this video is kind of like the ultimate betrayal.
Come, chill. Yeah, man. I'm saying hello, order me. Third outstep, man. Yeah, pump.
And released her mixtape, Complied remastered material she had previously shared online for free streaming and debuted from her live shows during the tour. On the album, there was a song called NBK, which stands for Natural Born Killers. She expressed her frustration with her label, All Def Digital, as she constant and continual bullying, lies, unfair compromises, underhanded politics, name-calling, blame games, and much more, she said. In a mid-2016 interview, Niykee announced that she was planning on her debut studio album, stating, I want it to be an actual masterpiece. I want my first album to be legendary, she said. The Centerfold tour was Nikee's second tour, containing 43 shows in North America. It began on October 6, 2016 in Athens, Georgia, and ended on December 16, 2016 in Austin, Texas. Within this time, she and her old-time manager parted ways, which I feel like Lauren, which is her old manager, she parted ways from Niykee because I feel like she got a chance to be a part of Kanye West's team, and yeah, because around 2016 and 17, that's where That's when Lauren like joined in the Yeezy and worked as an assistant for Kanye West. And you know, if you remember, like 2016-17 was the year of like his Yeezy brand coming up. And yeah, so her follow-up EP, Starting Over, was released in 2018 through Capital One. Why am I saying Capital One? Like, it's called Capital Records, okay? Niykee later clarified, "We are now in a place where we can create music that I want to create, and we are no longer tied to the people that were holding me back," she said, revealing she had started producing music for herself as well. On November 15th, 2021, she finally released her debut studio album, The Lullaby Album, which is her first fully independent project, which included mainly acoustic songs that she had been previewing and sharing with her fans from previous years and months. Now, her artistry. What made her? What made Niykee who she is? What? And the inspiration behind Niykee. Whoa. While talking about her songwriting, Niykee Heaton said, "My music is a direct reflection of who I am. My writing is everything to me because that's all I had growing up. I had a really tough childhood. At a point when I was very young, I just stopped speaking because I stuttered," mentioning her inability to have friends, causing her to always be alone due to her mother staying with her sister in the hospital, her father being drunk, and the rest of the family living in South Africa. So she would just write all the time. "Even when I'm not writing literally about things that have happened to me, all the pain of my childhood and losing my sister ends up getting pushed into my music," she adds about her creative inspiration and wanted to be proud of the message in her music. "It shapes my songs and builds this deeper meaning under everything, which is one of the most important things to me," she has mentioned. Being heavily infused She has mentioned being heavily influenced by Bob Dylan and Tom Waits, and is also a fan of hip hop, pointing out rappers like Kanye West, 2 Chainz, Jay-Z, Drake, and Nicki Minaj as other inspirations. Niykee adjusted claims regarding her social media presence and platforms such as Instagram. He notes that her writing style and musicianal roots come from her growing up with older siblings who listened to a lot of soul and bluegrass and alternative, and her sister's love of poetry, having discovered rapper Lil Jon when she was just 10, when sparked her interest in having discovered rapper Lil Jon when she was 10, which sparked her interest in hip hop music, describing her sound as those 2 words colliding like folk, rhythm, and Shakespeare mixed with Kanye trap beats. Okay, this this is the juice part. This is the part that, like, I hate talking about, but I love talking about it because it shows sometimes the misunderstanding about things. And I love it. I love looking into things and getting the point of view. And this is what we're going to get into right now. Okay? This is called Scandals. Scandals. Cultural appropriations. In 2016, she was called out for being, quote unquote, aesthetic appropriation of blackness. Because of her physical transformation, such as larger lips, bigger booty, and braids, which some thought that she was marking the black female features that some white girls adapt to do. Explicit content. You check out her like social media, which the only platform she's on now is like Instagram and OF, because what she posts on Instagram is kind of like too sexy for Instagram. And yeah, so people didn't like that. I gotta say, some people didn't like that on social media. She would post thirst traps, topless shoots. It made people think that she was outshining her own music. And when being asked, she said,
"Do you care if people listen to your music because they think you're hot, or they care, like, does it matter to you?"
I mean, people ask me that all the time. Do you feel good about yourself that the only reason people know you is because of how you look? And I'm like, if I can use my looks to my advantage, then why wouldn't I?
Right.
Like, would I put a cape on and like hide my face to make you take me seriously? Like, no. Like,
No,
why
come
not?
on, yeah.
Why not use what I have? Because you'll come and look at my Instagram, and then you might listen to my music, and then you'll be like, oh,
you
she's
play it the right
hot,
way.
and I like her music.
Exactly.
Bait and switch. Like,
Yeah.
what?
so dating. While looking this up, like her dating history and like scandals, I didn't see nothing except for this. Trinity James, right? That's his name, the rapper. He's like the only one that I could really like. The only one that popped up when I googled it. She really like didn't really date anybody low key. Like she was mostly focused on her work. But Trinity James, in 2013, Niykee was rumored to be dating the rapper Trinity James after spotted being linked with each other multiple occasions. Later had to speak out on it on Sway's University in an interview, stating that.
All right. And then people also have rumors too, which I think a good thing is it's a sign of your progression.
Oh yeah.
But one of them that I always heard is people saying how you once dated Trinidad James or different rappers that are in your body count. Okay. Can we clear
I have a body
this up?
count?
You
got a body count.
According to the digital space of
I
Twitter
wish
and
someone would have
Instagram.
told me.
So none of that is true, just to clear it up here.
No, I think the first time me and Lauren went to a club, we were both with Trinidad because he asked us to come to this hosting. And we were like, okay, sure. Like, that's nice of him. And Lauren was sitting literally right next to me, but they made sure to crop her out so it looked like, ooh. And I'm like, she's right there. She's on my lap. And I was like, ugh. No, I didn't date him.
Right.
Okay.
I don't date anybody.
So single.
Single. Super single.
You date men, though?
I do.
Okay. Women? You date women?
Why not?
Where is Niykee Heaton now? Niykee Heaton now has her own online shop called Natural, with the Y instead of an A. How natural and unique. which she sells a variety of things, including little boutique items like jewelry, clothing, swimwear, detox guides, and healthy recipes. She still makes music once in a while, but she mostly focuses on her two sons. She had a podcast. They had like, I'll say like 10 episodes, then it just, yeah. You can find it on like Spotify, I think, still, or YouTube. She got married to Jeff Logan in 2019.
So our still video shoot, we just shot a really good amount.
Sally Lee had a separation. She left living in the city for like a country life. She recently came to G, aka Instagram, late of last year, like September, and explained why she left the music industry. And she spoke about the allegations that was involved with Kanye West, Diddy, and her ex-manager, Lauren.
Right. I'm already so nervous doing this because you guys know I don't do lives. But I mean, here we are. Okay. Give me a second. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. So you guys know, like I posted a while ago. I did like a Q&A, right? And people were asking like, what's going on with you? Why did you leave the industry? Why did you fall off? Is the music industry as evil as people say it is? And I was like, it's more evil than you could possibly imagine. And I went into depth like a little bit, and I was like, yeah, oh wait, hold on. Let me add a moderator because this is gonna be crazy. I was like, yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. I got out when I could. I was like lucky enough to only be like assaulted like twice. And I was fucked with more than that, but it was 2 times that truly like left like an impact on me. And people were like, oh my God, like only twice, like stop diminishing what you went through. Like no one should go through that. And I'm like, yeah, all right. And I was never actually going to tell this story, like ever. I was going to kind of like go to my grave with this because, you know, in my perspective, it's like, what's the point? Who would believe me? What good would it do? I don't have proof. I'm not going to file anything. But because of recent events and the things that have come to light quite recently, I felt the need to kind of come on here, and I felt like it was my time to kind of just tell this story. And it's pretty much one of the reasons that I lost a lot of my love for music in that sense, like making it public in that sense. So if you have been paying attention to what's going on, like, you know, like Diddy has gone down, like shit's coming out about him. It's kind of like irrefutable proof of the evil shit that goes on behind doors. And if you've noticed, people are accusing Kanye now of the same type of shit. And my old manager, Lauren, has kind of been the whistleblower on the shit that he's done. And I wasn't going to say anything. I'm very proud of her. I'm very, very proud of her. And I'm so glad that she's stepping forward and kind of saying what's going on. And again, I wasn't going to say anything. And then I saw that, you know, it became public. And I clicked on one of the posts that were saying like, oh, Kanye's ex-assistant is coming forward and saying that, you know, sexual assault and all these things. And I was like, yeah. And then I looked at the comments and it was like, she's a fucking liar. Like, none of this is true. She's doing this for money and fame and clout and all this, and it made me so mad. It made me so fucking mad, and I like started to comment. I was like, you know what, let me stop. So basically, I'm telling this story now because, like, you guys know me. Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm out of the industry. I left LA. I'm in like the middle of fucking nowhere, on a farm. Like, what could I possibly gain from this, right? Like, I don't care. I'm not filing any sort of suit, so like I'm not getting money from this. And you know that like I always tell the fucking truth. Even if it makes me look bad, like I'm very like brutally honest. So me coming here and saying all this, if you've seen the posts about the assault suit or the misconduct, anything like that, like, and if you see the things about like, oh, she's lying, I'm here to say she's not. She's not. Every single thing that she said in that lawsuit is 100% true. And I know that because not only have I seen all the evidence firsthand, but I was actually there for one of these situations. And this was one of the things that made me want to leave and back out and get out. And if you know, like my like day one fans, they've always wondered like, what happened with you and LP? Like, why aren't you friends anymore? Like, what was the falling out? And there was a falling out, and a lot of it was just, we were in two different places. There was a lot of things going on. And me personally, like, I had reached that point because of this shit that happened to me where I was fucking done. Like, the industry had almost killed my love for music because of what I had been through. And I had lost my love for it. I didn't want to be a part of it anymore. Just tell you guys the fucking story. So, like I said in my one post, like, I've only been assaulted twice. This was one of the two times that kind of changed the trajectory of my life and my career. So I was 19. And if you know anything about me, I, went viral at 18 on World Star and then on YouTube, and like kind of rose to fame really quickly. And I was doing rap covers. So a lot of rappers were reaching out to me and asking to work. Sorry, I'm getting real-time feedback right now. So all of a sudden, like, people were reaching out and wanting to work, and I was 19 years old. Like, I had just left home, and working with my manager, and we were in LA and doing all these crazy things. And all of a sudden, I got a call one day, and it's like, hey, like, Kanye wants you to come to the studio. And we were just like, what? Like, Kanye knows who I am? Like, what? This is crazy. So we go. And this happens like multiple times. Like, you can find it if you go back and find headlines, you'll find proof of it. Like, we were working with Kanye, and he was like, I want to know what you're doing in your new music. Like, I want to hear your tracks. I want to play you mine. I want to know what you're doing with this fashion stuff, because like your style is like so fucking cool. And if you go in deep enough, like, he said it publicly, like, you and LP were, the muse for Yeezy season 1, because like he went back and asked like, oh my god, you guys are like so fucking cool, like you wear like shapewear as real clothes, like that's so dope, like blah 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 blah, and like had his people go through my wardrobe, and he wanted me to be the model for Yeezy season 1, and I went and I flew there and I did all this shit, and I was like, I'm not fucking doing this. Like, there was something just not right about it. Anyway, every time we would go to the studio with him, it was like, yeah, he wanted to work on music, but there was something just like fucking weird about it. Like, he would pull up his laptop and he would have like bookmarks of all of our pages and like our Instagrams, our Snapchat, Twitter, all of that, and like our pictures saved. And even now, like even like a year ago, I'm still getting DMs from people in the industry like, yo, like me and Kanye used to sit in the studio for hours talking about you and your manager. Like he was obsessed with you. And I was like, whoa, okay, crazy. Anyway, back to me being 19 years old. This was probably the last time that we went to the studio. We got a call. It was late. We were living in LA. And we get a call, and it's like, hey, like, Ye wants you to come to the studio. And we're like, cool. Like, why? And he's like, he wants to work on music. And we're like, that's great. And so we go. And it's like somewhere in LA, some studio we've never been to before. And we show up and walk in. And it's, we're there to work on music, right? Like, that's why I'm here. And we walk in, and it's Kanye, and it's Diddy. And, you know, a couple of people that we know, men. You know, an executive that worked with Kanye, Kanye's engineer, and Kanye's cousin. And we walk in, and we're like, okay, cool. And it's immediately I was like, there's something not right. There's something not right about this. Because we walk in, and there's 9 other women there. And don't kill me for this, because this is what they call them. There were 9 studio hoes there. Like, I'm all about women's rights, do whatever you want to do, but don't shoot the messenger. That's what they call them. Women who show up to the studio in their full club outfit at the studio. It's like, they're only there for one reason. They want to leave with someone who's there. They're called studio hoes. That's just what they're called. And there are 9 women there. And we're like, that's weird. I thought we were here to work on music. And like, we were invited, like I was invited as an artist and my manager. So I'm wearing like fucking double XL sweatpants and like a giant hoodie. I look like a fucking slob. And like, you know, my manager's there in her usual suit, like black leggings, black zip up. Like, we're just like, this is strange, but okay. And we walk in, and there's all these ladies there wearing their club gear, and Kanye and Diddy are already like out of their fucking mind, just like completely fucked up. Drunk, but probably something else. And we're like, okay, but like, we were invited as artists. Like, maybe these girls are gonna leave and we're gonna work on music. Like, let's just walk in and just, yeah. Immediately, I felt like there was something weird, because, you know, there's always drinks, there's always, you know, the vodka and the mixers just like sitting on the table. But we walk in, and immediately Diddy hands me a drink, Kanye hands Lauren a drink, and we're like, that's weird. Like, why are they serving us? And I don't like to drink. Like, I don't like alcohol. I don't like the way that it like makes me feel. It makes me feel sick. So, but my manager, since the beginning, she was just like, I know you don't like to drink, but if someone famous hands you something to drink, even if you don't want it, just like hold it and like pretend, because you don't want to seem rude. And I was like, okay. And it was like a vodka cranberry, and I was like, oh, gross. And so I'm just standing there with my back against the console, just like pretending to sip this drink. And I'm like, I'm not fucking drinking this. This is gross. And my manager was sitting across on this couch with Kanye's cousin, and then the other girls were sitting next to her. And immediately I was like, there's something fucking wrong. Like, I couldn't explain it. I didn't know what to do. But I just like felt that there was something not right. But I didn't fucking know what to do. I was 19 years old, like just left home a year ago, new in the industry. Yeah, I didn't know what to do, but I knew that there was something wrong, basically. And I was standing there pretending to sip this drink, and my manager was sitting across from me. And, you know, if you know about like my past and like us being together, like, she's very much reserved. And people would always say like, oh, she's such a bitch, she has like a resting bitch face. And it's because she has like severe like social anxiety. Like, she just wants to like sit in the corner and like tap on her phone and like not talk to anyone. So she's not a bitch, she's just very shy. And I see her across the room holding her drink. And it was weird because I noticed as I was standing there just kind of just like wondering what's going on, Diddy kept looking at me, and Kanye kept looking at Lauren, and like they were exchanging glances. And I'm like, they're like watching me strangely. And I'm like, okay, let me pretend to drink. And like, I'm not actually doing it. And like that seemed to like make them happy, like me like pretending to like join in. And immediately I'm like, there's something fucking in this drink. There's something in this drink. And I didn't know what to do. And I like, my manager was like across the room, but like close enough, but like not next to me. So I couldn't like whisper to her, but I wanted to tell her, I'm like, hey, don't fucking drink this. There's something wrong with this. But I couldn't. So I reach for my phone and I start to type, and Kanye takes the phone out of my hand and he's like, who are you texting? Like, you don't need to text anyone. Like, we're having a party. And I was like, okay. And he like puts it on one of the speakers, and I'm like, fuck, now what do I do? Like, I don't know what to do. And I see my manager take a sip, and I'm like, fuck. Now what do I do? And then I see her take another sip, 2 sips out of this little vodka cranberry cup. And I'm like, oh, what do I do? 2 sips, and I watch her face flush. And all of a sudden, like, I look over and she's speaking really loud and like making jokes. And I'm like, whoa, like, this isn't her. Like, she doesn't make jokes. She's fucking terrified of people. Like, she doesn't even talk. And I was like, it's already hitting her. Like, 100%, I just knew that the drinks were all laced with something. And she starts like almost being like belligerent a little bit, but not in like a crazy way, just like really enjoying herself. And I'm like, that's not her. That's not her. She doesn't even want to be here. Like, this is weird. And all of a sudden she like dismisses the studio host. Like, she's like, you can leave. And I'm like, oh my God, like, what's going on? And the girls file out. They go to like a different studio, or they go somewhere. And I'm like, I have to do something. I have to do something. What do I do? And I go to get my phone where Kanye put it on one of the speakers. And as I'm going to get it, I turn and my manager's walking out. And I'm like, no. Like, where are you going? I'm already seeing people being like, this is cap. What do I have to gain? Let me just ask you, what do I have to gain? I'm in a fucking farm in the middle of nowhere. I'm not in the industry anymore. I'm not filing a lawsuit, so I'm not getting paid. I'm not looking for clout, because who gives a fuck about me? So why would I lie about this? This has been 9.5 years since this happened to me. Why would I? Let me go on. Whatever. Yeah, so I see her start to leave. And I'm like, where are you going? And she's like, it's fine, I'm just going to the bathroom. And I was like, no, stay. And she's like, it's right there. I'm just going to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay. And she walks out. And all of a sudden, I realize that I'm in this studio. The music's low, the lights are dim, but you can still like see everything. And I realize that I'm in the studio with Diddy and Kanye, and they're both off their shit. And there's 3 other men, an executive that works with Kanye, his engineer, and his cousin, and me, alone. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Okay. And I haven't started freaking out yet. Like, I know what the situation is. I know, I know this is a bad place to be in, but I don't really feel scared yet, you know? Like, because I'm like, there's other people around. There's other men around, and I know them. Like, I've known them for a while. Like, nothing bad's gonna happen. And I'm standing there, and I realize that so this is like a pretty, like, sizable studio. There's, like, the glass doors, the couch there, a console, another console, the screen, all of that. But it's like, it's pretty big, but you can still see and talk to everyone easily. And I realize that I'm standing really close to the exit. And it's a glass door, and it opens in. And I'm standing pretty close to it. And I realize all of a sudden that Kanye and Diddy have realized that I'm the only girl in the room. And they're like fucked out of their minds. And they start coming towards me, and they're like, don't you want to take your clothes off? Like, it's so hot in here. And I'm like, no, fine. I'm fine like this. And they're like, come on, like, it's just us. Like, we're all just friends. Like, let us just, like, see, like, how you look. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And, like, I still haven't gotten scared yet, you know? Like, I'm still, like, this is a bad situation. I'm creeped out, but, like, there's no reason to panic. There's other men here. Yeah, so they're coming towards me, and I'm like, okay, this is fucked. I don't know where my manager is. I don't know where anyone is. And they're coming towards me more, and they're trying to, like, take my clothes off. And I'm like at that point where I'm like, this is not good, but I'm like still trying to like play it off. Just like, stop, you guys are fucking stupid. Like, get out of here. Like, don't touch me. Okay, so let me just get to the point. So they start trying, like, they're like pawing at me. Like, they're both drunk, probably on something else. And I start to get a little bit apprehensive because I'm pretty much like backed up against the wall. Like, there's only one exit, and I'm pressed up against this door. And I'm still not completely terrified yet, but I'm like, you guys stop, like, stop. And they're getting to the point where they have like ripped my shirt off. And like, I'm like almost fully exposed at this point. And they're both coming at me. And I'm like, you guys, like, seriously, this isn't funny anymore. And I look to my left where his executive is. Like, we know him pretty well. Like, we've been around him a lot. He's literally 3 feet away from me. Like, if I reached and he reached too, like, we could touch. Like, he's that close. And I look and I'm like, hey, like, I give that look where I'm just like, come on, like, step in. Like, this isn't cool. Like, you're a grown man. Like, you're like 50 years old. I know you have a family. Like, you know this isn't right. Like, do something. And this is the part that for as long as I live, I will never fucking forget. It isn't actually the aspect of being sexually assaulted. That's not what haunts me. It's this. It's as these 2 grown men were pawing at me, trying to take my clothes off, I look over to this man asking for help, and I literally mouth the word help. And we lock eyes. And he looks away. I'm like, okay, there's still 2 more men in the room. And I look to his engineer next, who's sitting right next to him. And I know that he's married and he just had a little baby girl. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna do something. And I look at him next and I'm like, okay, like, do something, say something, do anything. And he looks down at his phone and starts texting. And then I was like, oh, fuck. I look at Kanye's cousin next. And I'm like, do something, you know, like, fucking do something. And he spins his chair around. And that's when that, like, gut-wrenching fear set in. And I was like, oh, shit. No one's fucking saving me tonight. No one's gonna do anything. No one's gonna do fucking anything. And that's when I was truly fucking scared. At this point, they had ripped my shirt off and they were trying to get my pants off. And I realized that I was completely alone. And I closed my eyes for a second. And I was like, God help me. What do I do? And as my eyes were closed, this is going to sound weird because I bet a lot of you are wondering, like, how the fuck did you get out of this situation? My eyes were closed and I prayed. And I said, God help me, what do I do? And it was like clear as day. I heard this in my head. And it didn't make any sense. I heard, go towards them. And I was like, oh, fucking great. The one time I asked God for help, Satan answers, because why the fuck would I go towards these 2 predators who are sexually assaulting me? Like, why would I do that? And then all of a sudden it clicked. My back was up against the glass wall. I could not go any further back. That was the only exit. He said, go towards them. They were already drunk off their shit. They were fucked up. So I lunged forward. I stepped forward. And it, like, threw them off balance. Like, they were like, oh, you know, and, like, they stepped back at least 1.5 feet. And the moment that they did, I reached behind my back, I pulled the door, and I slipped out, grabbing my clothes. And I ran across the hall, across this corridor, and I hid inside of an empty studio that was black. And I sat there for, like, 20-25 minutes, just, like, crying, like, what the fuck do I do? And I'm texting my manager, and she's not answering. And eventually, I don't think I'm supposed to say this next part because it could hurt her case, but basically everything she fucking said is true, basically, because what I saw next, I fucking saw it. I was the only one who wasn't drugged. I was the only one who didn't drink their drinks, whatever it is. I was the only one. So I saw what happened next and who was involved. And that's why I'm a part of this lawsuit and, like, named in it. And yeah, it just, that, I mean, I got us both out and I got us in an Uber, and she obviously didn't remember anything because she was drugged and I wasn't. And apart from the aspect of, you know, looking for help and they turned away, the only other thing that really, really fucks with me is what about all those other girls that were there? Moral of the fucking story, stay out of the industry. Yeah. Anyway, that's one of the main reasons that I almost lost my love for music and I got the fuck out of that place. Because I was so lucky. I could have had it a lot worse. A lot worse shit could have happened. I could have drank that drink and who knows what could have happened. So I'm very blessed and very lucky that I got out of that situation.
The last thing that like happened in her life is she recently lost her dad. Oh, fun facts. Yeah. Her first live performance was with Snoop Dogg at one of his like concerts. If you liked this video, give this video a thumbs up and let me know, like, have you heard of her? And like, if you did, like, what caught your eye about her? And if you like her music, what song is your favorite song? I forgot to mention in this video that, like, her good hit songs is on SoundCloud till this day. But that's the end of this video. I hope you guys liked it. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I'm doing more of these videos. Please subscribe. Let me know you love it and stuff, cause bitch, I love to like deep dive into like celebrities or influencers' lives and stuff, like careers and stuff. Like, yo, like, I'm like, 1 minute you're here, now you're there and shit. It's like nair and shit. Yeah, hit the subscribe button. I will love it. Hit the like button. I would love it. Comment something. I will love it. Follow me on IG. I would totally love that. I might follow you back.